Welcome to Cannabis School. I'm your host, Jesse Angeles.
And I'm Brandon Elder.
And we're here to talk to you about everything pertaining to cannabis, from vape,
flower,
edibles,
strains,
and everything in between. Welcome to another Bonanza. We're super excited because
you're back.
Yeah,
that's why.
That's awesome. And two, we have so much shit to share with you.
Yeah, we do.
We're so
all of our dryer vaporizers that are portable right now.
So instead of us just doing, and you're still going to see it within social media. You're still going to see us going on there doing a full review because, one, we got to give them love, and two, we want to showcase all the things, but we really wanted to dedicate an entire episode to this.
And our favorites will be back, of course, in episodes anyway, because we fucking love them.
Oh, dude, they're so cool. And there's so many to go over.
Yeah.
But before we get into that, real big shout out and thank you to all of our Patreon members, those who have entered into the contest. We are so excited.
Our lucky winner already won this Aria X Vapes limited edition.
Is that the Golden Dragon?
This is the Golden Dragon.
That one looks pretty cool. Like, I saw it. Like, you're a bling bling motherfucker if you like kind of rolling with that.
Oh, right. Well, it is limited edition too, so it's super cool.
Well, and the cool thing is we're actually going to be reviewing it today.
The very similar one, the Tommy Chong's version, which I've been using for a while now.
Yeah, it's really good.
You've seen it in another episode.
Yeah. Oh, for sure you have. But we've got that. We've got the Aria. We also have a smell-proof bag that we're giving with that.
Giving a bag away, like a rolling tray, and some couple other things. So
it is a cool giveaway, and we're going to be doing more and more of that every single month. We want to make sure.
Yeah, we actually have a couple more giveaways that we're going to be doing. It's true. So X Vapes was kind enough to send us another vaporizer that we talked about. And this is the Starry 4. It's very similar to one you have that we're going to be talking about today. Yeah, it does have the straw.
It's very cool. You guys are going to love that one. And also, we have one from Healthy Rips. This is a beefy bastard. It is so cool. You're going to see a review on that today. So make
the Healthy Rips are amazing pieces as well.
I think so too. It's a good size. It's a decent sized bowl, but it's really just...
Oh, and I've loved the experience from it. Yeah, it's been fantastic. So both of these, there will be different posts on social. So go check them out. You can either win the X Vapes Starry 4 or the Healthy Rips Rogue.
Yeah, you pick which one, and then
there will be bags, other stuff in the giveaway with each one. So
every single one. Out. Well, we love you guys, and we want you to know, like, what do we really feel?
What good products there are, and because everyone's got a different price point that they're in.
Well, and also like the features and functionality of it, because you could like one that's $100.
Oh, 100%. Or even like the Arias. I think the Aria is like the Tommy Chong's version is $120 for the set.
Yeah,
but I think the normal one is like $80, $90 for just the Aria,
which is really cool. I mean, and you're going to find that there are vaporizers that you will go through that we'll even recommend, like, hey, this may be something you just save up for. Like, keep, puffing away on what you got and save up for it. Or if you don't want to do that, you're going towards dry air vaporizers. Now, the biggest complaint that I hear about dry air vaporizers is it doesn't produce clouds, bro. Get that.
It can. It just depends on the temperature.
Well, but
that also affects your experience.
It does. I think so, kind of, because because the temperature you bake it at determines the cannabinoid and the terpene profiles that you're getting. And so that affects your experience 100%. Yeah, so at a lower temp, you're going to get a little bit more of the flavors. And we'll just go right into that one. So the first one we're going to go off of is the Planet of the Vapes 1. Planet of the Vapes 1 is a very small, if I kind of put my hand to that, you can kind of see the size of it. I don't have giant hands by any means, but this is a very tiny little device. This is a very easy piece to use. The cleaning on this one, I mean, literally, I just pulled that thing off. You soak it in some ISO.
Yeah, that's all I did.
Pop it in, run a swab through here of ISO, and then run a swab through this. Like, you don't have to take this thing all apart.
No. What's your flavor like? Do you like the flavor from that?
It's good. It's not the best. It's okay.
Okay, so say you were to go back a month and that was the device you tried.
It was still okay.
In comparison to the others? Or was it much better than some of the earlier pieces?
I will say that what the best part about this is the size and portability. That's really cool. I have a temperature set to 370. So that's typically. Now, the cool thing is I can adjust the temperature on this while it's heating up, and I see it counting down. It's pretty cool. It heats up super fast. Like, I just clicked it, right? Mm-hmm. It's there.
Yeah, that one is like 20, 30 seconds heat up time.
But if you think about it, it doesn't have much room to travel. It came with a bunch of attachments. Planet of the Vapes has a shitload of them. So it has your basic one, has these like dimples, and they say that the dimples are supposed to lower the temperature.
Interesting.
So that's a weird part, right?
Yeah.
So it's supposed to lower the temperature, but then they have another one. This is this beefy guy. And I thought you can go like this to be able to give you a little bit more distance. The bulb is supposed to cool it down, but then the things get weird. You get into this dog dick looking one, and I call it the dog dick because it just looks weird as shit. Now,
looks like a dog dick.
It's a dog dick. It's a red rocket.
Yep.
but you're supposed to fill this up with water, and you can only fill it up to a certain point. Here's the bitch of the bunch. This thing is incredibly fucking hard to dry out because the water gets trapped in there.
Yeah, you were saying that.
I dried it out just because I've done the other like dab rigs. Okay. So dab rigs typically have the exact same thing. And when you pour out the water, dude, it dries within a few hours.
Yeah.
And I'm not hitting, unless my dab rig is going to be the rig I'm using all day, the water's just going to stay in there, or I'll pour it out and just refill it.
Yeah.
No big deal. This is more of a gimmick to me. Now, there may be some out there that say, look, Jess, I use that and you're just a dumbass and can't use it. Fair enough. But I think it's gimmicky. It's kind of cool. The ones I really like with this are the tiny one that comes with it.
Yeah. Okay.
And the bulb. 219 seconds. So 219 seconds you get out of this, which is still a decent amount of time.
Yeah.
It will cook the bowl. However, I found that, and why I say I'll go through two burns on one bowl is because when I open it up and I look in there, it's still got kind of like a mustard yellow.
Okay.
Almost.
Yeah, like you could bake it again and get to where you want it to be.
And I can still use, now we're going to be talking about it a lot throughout here, is that your dry herb, you want to save it if you want to develop tinctures or edibles.
Yeah.
Those are fantastic. Brandon.
Because it's already been vaped and it's activated product, so you can infuse that. It's a great way to make your product go so much further.
Oh, man. And that's some of the biggest reasons why we wanted to do a full episode on this, right?
This one that I just turned on is the Furna, and it's something that we noticed doesn't produce much smoke. And the flavor profile from it is incredibly mild.
Yeah.
So it's really good, we think, for beginners, people who are new to cannabis, don't want a lot of flavor, don't want much of the smoke. And it has these removable, reversible ovens that you just take out, throw in, and that, keeps it sealed and you can take it on the go.
It's pretty cool.
So these aren't too bad. They're about $120 for the portable dry herb oven.
And what I found with that one, it's really cool, is that I think that's a great one for people who are just getting into herb. It's a new one. You're not really trying. You're like, I don't want the smoke. And you will get a little bit of that from a vaporizer.
Yeah, you could see I got a little bit of puffs from that one, but it wasn't
so mild.
A lot. Yeah.
So mild. And to kind of go off of that one, I'm going to talk about the Fog Pro.
Yep.
This one is from
Vapes has been fantastic. They sent us the Aria we gave away. And
the Tommy Chong.
And
this one's really cool.
It's got that straw.
Well, it's cool too. It's another, press 3 times. The LED screen on this one is way better. Mm-hmm. It actually informs you just a little bit more and it goes longer.
Do you know the time that you were allowed for each session on that one? Because you're saying the healthier rips was
5 minutes.
Okay, so this one's 5 minutes as well.
And I think that's a better time.
I agree.
That way I get more out of it. There are a lot of vaporizers that don't hit that time. Not even close. But
these are really fast to heat up as well. Like it's a little bit slower than the Planet of the Vapes one, but still under a minute to heat up.
Yeah, and what's really cool is that, it has this little swivel straw that actually contributes a lot to the flavor and in cooling factor. The cool part that I like too on this one is that it's got this built-in ramp system. So when you're putting your herb into a lot of them, like this one, you've got
stuck all around.
Yeah, you got to kind of push it in here. You just gently push it down here.
Well, it's sloped. That's fantastic.
Well, and the price point on this one, what was it?
120?
139.
Okay, yeah.
And it's totally worth it. Battery-wise, it works really well.
How many sessions do you think you get from your battery?
On this one, because the battery is big. For these guys, they have the rechargeable batteries.
Oh, you can remove that and get other ones. That's dope.
That's really cool. Out of a lot of vaporizers, you don't see
Tommy Chong doesn't, but I'd still say I get 5 to 6 5-minute sessions.
I probably get about 8 sessions out of this.
Oh, that's amazing.
For $140, that's fantastic. The flavor is amazing. Like I said, a USB-C charger. It does get a little warm. The only thing I don't like about this is that the intake is on the side.
Oh, so your hand covers it sometimes if you hold it higher.
If you have big hands, not for you. Even if you have to hold it here, because the thing that sucks is that the intake is opposite of where you need to hold it. And this is like an awkward way to hold it, or maybe down here. Maybe this is for a woman who's using this, has smaller hands, right? That would be really good. Or maybe you're just a person who has smaller hands. Whatever it is, this is a really good one. Heats up real nice.
Yeah, this one's like 130 for the full set, but it comes with some jars, the little Tommy Chong thing. If you get just the Aria, I think it's like $80, $90 for the actual device.
But it's good.
Which, under $100 for a dryer vape. I love that the oven is up top. This is so simple to clean because it's literally just swab the oven, take off the mouthpiece, and soak it in ISO. And that's it. And you're done.
Real good.
Super simple.
Great design. Those guys at X Vapes, they are awesome. Those are great products.
Yeah.
Very cost effective.
Way more affordable. It brings the vaporizer into everyone's budget.
Absolutely.
So
what else
really love the X Vapes one.
Yeah, for the Aria. Talk about your healthy ribs.
So we both have these healthy rips. You've got the Rogue and I've got the Fury Edge.
Yeah.
And I actually thought the Fury Edge was bigger than yours when you were first talking about it. And I was like, oh man, thinking that this was the bigger of the two. But
look at that. Put them side by side. Fucking huge. Yeah. But it's good because I thought about it. Like, I have some friends who are giants, right? They're like 6'6" plus, big dudes.
They got big ass hands.
It would like this, how big it is in my hand. It would be like this. But you got to think about it. It's compact. It does great on heat.
It heats up super fast, and you get.
Now you have the top that the one has from Planet of the Vapes, right? So it's the same top. They do also, Healthy Rips includes this wide mouth one.
That's what I normally use.
But the thing I don't like about it is that it's so much more of a task to clean it. Because you got to pull the bottom out, then you got to run ISO through there in a swab. You don't want to just dunk this thing. I think it would, I just wouldn't. And then plus the opening is smaller, so that's going to get a little buildup. But other than that one, though, I got to tell you, between these two, this one's better.
Better flavor, better
flavor, but better heat resistant. I am really big on that. I don't
like when they're hot.
I don't want my bong to be hot. I wouldn't want to touch a hot bong or a hot pipe, right? That's why we've loved the Happy Camper. I mean, made out of that aluminum. It's fantastic for heat distribution, but it's just durable as shit, right? This one, they're great too. These ones, I love the rubber coating.
Yeah, on the outside, it's so much easier to hang on to, I feel like, because some of these other ones, and we'll talk about them in a minute, they just feel like they'll slip out of your hands.
Yeah.
I don't want to be dropping my $200, $300, $400 vaporizer going, oh shit, hopefully it didn't break.
How much is yours?
The Fury Edge is the same as the Rogue. They're both $139.
That's cool.
Yeah. So actually not too bad priced. And I think they come with like some of the little accessories already.
Well, it comes with a full kit. The bowl on this one is slightly bigger than I get on the one, and it's probably bigger than that one.
It is bigger than this one when we compared.
So that's pretty cool. That's really cool for that one. I just consider this one.
Maybe that's more of a larger medical, dose. Or maybe it just depends on your dose. If you need a bigger bowl for your dose, maybe look at the Rogue instead of the Fury Edge.
True.
But really, I've enjoyed it. And I feel like the little rubber cover that goes over the top helps seal in the smell.
That is
put it
cool.
in your pocket. I feel like it's not, yours is pretty big, but it's not overly big.
Well, and
it's not the biggest device.
I like what you said there. This top cover is nice for keeping the smell in. Say you come into a house or an apartment, you went outside and smoked before you clean it, because you're going to make it smell anyways. But once it is in this thing, the only shitty thing I don't like about it,
it sticks to it.
Yeah.
Oh, it pulls off the
top. So
the stem and could dump out your flower then.
Yeah, that's the only thing I don't like. But I mean, it's
something to just be aware of with it.
Minor.
Yeah. So you're checking out the Omura. Is this the very first time
I've ever used it.
Okay. I was like, I haven't used that one yet, but it's a self-dosing stick system where you load or preload your
it's like
cartridges with flour.
These little like toilet paper tubes.
They're recyclable.
It's a harder outside. This is the Omura Series X. It has this cool little wire.
Charging stand.
Yeah, it has a little charging stand, which is really cool because everything else has to plug in. This one, you just drop it in. However, it feels very
slick. Physically slick, like you might drop it, kind of slick.
Look at that! Like there's almost nothing comes out.
Maybe it just needs to heat though.
Barely anything comes out. It's still heating it. I can feel it. It doesn't get too warm. It is too slick. I would like to see something like Rogue does. The Rogue does from Healthy Rips and from Planet of Vapes. You're going to get
texture on it's just easier to hold.
And maybe we'll just include some pictures on there. They try to do this filter system. It's in the bottom, a little star to keep all of your herb down below.
Did it pull through? That's what I was wondering too when I saw it, because I'm like, how would you totally feel that? I mean, they give you the pre-fill thing and you put it in and you pack it down.
Speaking of so I'm going to see. Yeah, that's what I thought. Put yours in there. Give it a shot. I already burned through mine.
Already?
Yeah, already. I can see that herb, right? I'm going to put it out here. Yeah.
So
it's packed in there.
Burnt already.
So I can't stir it.
No.
And it doesn't actually physically light. So I'm not getting the most out of it. I do like the concept. I do like that it has certain things. Now, where is it?
Weird. It's got a plus and minus and a switch on the bottom. You move that, adjust this to change the temperature range, maybe?
Maybe. You see it has this little pack of cigarettes.
Mouthpiece is hot.
Yeah.
And I pulled through.
And you got
And I pulled a tiny bit of flour. Yep. Oh, no, that would be probably the best way.
Yeah, it is the best because there's a long area and a short area. And I got to tell you that this part here is my least favorite when it comes to the Omura. And the reason why is that you've got a thin end and you've got more of a thicker end. The thicker end is going to be the one you use. But when you use this, it comes with this pack. How many? 16 flower sticks. That's kind of cool. This is more for those who are not wanting a lot, like the Ferna.
Yeah.
I think this is great for those who are getting into flower, but at the same time, I didn't get a lot coming through it. I don't like this loading mechanism. It's got this little plastic thing, and then you push it there. It barely touches the top, so you're constantly filling this with bud to push it in. And it doesn't...
Weirdest flavor. Not the peanutty that you get from the packs, but just a very... God, I can't even place it.
Yeah, I don't know. It's okay, but for $139 for the Series X, and where did I put my phone? Yeah. For the price,
So I'm starting to get the tiniest bit of smoke.
Yeah. And this is just a Series X. So this one, it's $129. Clean, no smoke, ash, or lingering odor. I could see that, but it's such a small amount. So this is more for your brand new medicinal cannabis user.
Microdoser.
Yeah, super microdoser. But for the price point, I'm not sold on it.
It's not bad, but if it's not supposed to produce smoke in that or really much smell, then maybe this is for your discreet user.
And it does say like it's more efficient, less flour, more high. I don't agree.
I mean, I really used no flour for that. The amount was
But you can't put a ton in there.
No, exactly.
It's so small.
So I can feel the difference from before starting this to now. Not as in I feel elevated, but I can actually notice the small dose difference.
I can feel that, but again, it's here. I'll take that. Yeah, it's cool. I recommend it for those who are on the microdosing. Now, one of the things they say is that it's easy. There's no cleaning, but there definitely is going to be cleaning.
Down in there.
You're going to be, because the herb is going directly down into there. There is another vaporizer that I have that does that, but let's go into what you're going to talk about. This is an old standby that we have used
for ages. It was the very first dryer vaporizer I ever bought.
Yep.
And then they were the very first company to actually send us out one to test.
Mad love
years ago.
PAX.
Yeah. Love you guys.
Yeah.
Honestly, to this day, I love the size. The size of PAX is one of my favorite. The fact that it is just about the handheld size, roll of quarters. I love it.
The mouthpiece is cool.
Yeah. It's sleek, but it doesn't feel like the Omura where I feel like I'm going to drop it. It just is a nice feel to it.
Let's go back because we both have dropped our PAX multiple times.
Yes, but I don't feel like I'm going to like I would with the Omura feels slicker.
It's got the more angled edges.
Yeah. The Omura is just a much rounder device versus this has, square edges.
Right.
So it's easier to hold on to, hang on to that. But the downside with PAX is the peanutty flavor.
It's not, for me, it's not too bad. The thing that's a bigger downside for me, it's the cleaning.
That chamber all the way through that you have to run because the oven's on the bottom.
Yep.
And your mouthpiece is on the top.
Which I don't mind that. I think it's kind of cool. It hides it over there. And we've gotten some amazing sessions out of it. It doesn't time out. It just burns.
We've had really good sessions from one bowl even.
Dude, remember that one? It was like 40
it was amazing.
plus minutes.
I was like, holy cow, this thing rolled forever. I was really impressed with how long it had lasted on that.
What's the price point on that?
So this is the PAX Plus.
So that's their flagship one.
Yeah, they're top of the line, and it is on sale right now. It's actually $200 instead of $250.
That's a steal.
Yeah.
Because it comes with not only, it's got two size little cups for a smaller bowl or
different
a larger
ovens,
bowl.
Yeah. Or
and
concentrates if that's something you feel that you do. You just have to be very careful. Don't load a lot. Keep it straight up and clean. Clean your device often.
I would say on that for handheld vaporizers that handle concentrates, because we're mainly focusing on herbs, but I would not recommend the PAX one. It's so dirty.
Yeah.
It's such a pain in the ass.
I just have a specific one for concentrates and a different one for flour if you can.
Yep. Yeah,
it's
totally.
Just the best way to do it.
But I think it's a great, this is a standby. We've done it.
Loved it for years. It was just the flavor profile was not some of what we could get from some of the other devices, but as far as a effective, long-lasting, quality device,
well, it's easy to turn on, right? You just click it on.
Well, it has the magnetic charger as well that you just set it on and it magnetizes too, and
that's the cool part too. That it's a little bit more unique on that side, and that it has the little colors over there with the PAX symbol, and it goes green when it's ready to go.
Up and does the little.
Yeah, it cycles through the colors
and stuff.
I think it's got an app for Android, doesn't it?
I don't know. Maybe.
Because I know that Apple doesn't allow any cannabis related whatever on theirs, which
you have to
whatever
do weird third party crap.
But this actually, they do have an app kind of
that
like
would be cool
controlling, I think, temperatures.
If you have an Android phone or the packs and an Android, let us know.
Yeah, that'd be cool to know. But it's really cool. It's not a love-hate. It's just, it's okay. Mm-hmm. I would say middle of the road for the price point of $200. I think that's fantastic. I think that's a great
it's not bad at all. If it's your style, you really like their color or style that they create, that uniqueness, maybe it's your jam.
Yeah, it could be. So here we're going to go into some of our higher end ones.
Yeah, tell us about the
Air
what you
Max.
got in your hand.
So this is the Airizer Air Max. It's really cool. The way you turn it on, and I'm going to talk about it because you have to hold down this side button and the up button, and then you have to hold it until the counter goes down.
Yeah.
Right? So this is indicative of anything from Airizer.
Yes.
It's really, and I'll say like the temperature, like you can control it right there on the screen, which is way cool. Super easy. This thing is well built. However, this is the size of a fucking lightsaber.
Yeah, I was like, you're like a wizard over there, Harry.
Yeah, he's like, don't worry, Harry.
Yeah, it's
you're the one. But
quite the one there.
Here's the other thing I don't like. I don't like filling this with. It's got a screen, but the screens aren't all made the same. So some of them are a little big and it sits off.
Or small, so they don't sit in perfectly.
Right. And then you've got to take your device. Let me turn it off. But you have to do this to put it on and it seals. But the cool thing is that the oven doesn't get dirty.
It's so easy to clean.
This thing does get dirty pretty easily.
Yeah,
this will go brand
often.
Yeah, very often. Cool thing is though, they've got this is like an add-on, right? Typically the one that comes with it's a lot shorter, but the handle is big and round. The reason why it's so big and round is that the battery is a fucking boss.
Oh wow.
Look at that thing.
That's massive.
And you're going to get a lot of sessions out of this thing.
I used to have the Airizer Solo Max 2 till I just gave it to my cousin. And that's because it had the longest battery life out of any device that I could find. And for someone who wanted to use medically all day long, that was the best option.
And the thing about this is that it comes with a lot. I'm going to tell you right now, it comes with a lot. It's USB-C charging. So that's awesome. It's freestanding. It comes with an attachment that you can use for a bong. It fits in just like a bowl. So you're able to slot it right into the stem and smoke from there if you want like kind of a double filtration type system. But you've used the other one. The only difference is the battery time. That's the main change for this.
Yeah.
For the price point though, and when I say what it originally goes for, this is one that I don't know if I would save for. I definitely appreciate it, and I think it's cool.
I bought mine when it was on sale because it was a decently priced piece.
Right. On sale, it's $244.99. Normal price is $319.99.
That's a decently priced device. Yeah.
It is multifunctional. You have different things you can put it in. They also got this really strange thing that they add, which I think is unnecessary and people won't use. It is a kind of like an incense burner.
Yeah, so the ones that I've got before, the Airizer devices that I bought, they send that out because it's also like you could put lavender in the top and it'll make it smell like lavender or something. And
but I think lavender's, I fucking hate the smell of lavender.
But you could do it with any other herb,
I know, but
supposedly.
That's the thing though. It's unnecessary. I'm using this to use
I don't know
cannabis.
anyone who's buying them for that. Maybe there are, but I've not heard of them.
And maybe they are. Maybe you're that kind of cannabis user. You put it in the middle of your house and just burn it.
Do you know if this device works similar to the Airizer Solo 2 in the fact that you can charge it and use it simultaneously?
Yes.
That's what I loved about the Airizer, because all of the other ones that I had, it would charge it, but you couldn't use it at the same time. And so the battery was dead. I'm like, well, then I have to go to another piece now.
Well, and this is going to be for more of your heavier user because of the battery life. The battery life is phenomenal.
I don't think you'll find a better battery.
Nope, not for for a handheld device. And it's super easy to use. It's not overly complicated. There's no apps, no nothing. You just run it.
And you get 100% temperature control range because you can go degree by degree. Yeah.
I think it's 400 plus, maybe even 500.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, insane. You don't want to be burning at that anyways. But
no.
Brandon's used this before. I've used it before. Plus size battery. Downsize.
The size. The length of it.
I don't like this.
I didn't mind it.
The glass.
What I would find, and this is what I was doing regularly when I was using the Solo 2 as my go-to piece, was that I had like a shot glass of ISO that I would go and just soak it in, do that all the time, and then run hot water through real fast, and it would be fine. But I had to do it regularly because, well, I go through a lot of product.
Yeah. Oh, I know. Yeah, I know you do. I have product, like we were just talking about it because I'm actually going to heat up the one we're going to talk about last. And then we're going to do a breakdown of like the ones that we like for price points.
Yeah.
And what you should be looking for. But when I use, so I've talked about it multiple times. So these are those tubes of Zip Fizz.
Yeah.
They're fantastic. I've seen other ones that cannabis companies kind of use, but they're thin.
Those seal so good.
Well, we talked about this. So I got cherry pie in here. When did we get cherry pie?
A bit over a year ago.
And I just smoked a bowl yesterday, and you've got it in yours too. It still tastes fantastic.
Which is insane.
Right?
Like, those things keep it so fresh.
So for any cannabis like product-based company, if you're not taking these Zip Fizz tubes and putting it to because it holds the right amount of flour. That's what's really cool about the Airizer Max.
The tube fits right in it.
So like take this, right?
Nice design.
All I'm going to do is just put it in here, tip it over here, turn sideways. My bowl is filled. Well, it's a little
sticky.
Yeah. Can you imagine that after a year?
Yep. It's still sticky.
So,
and it's warm.
Yeah. Did
yours
get
this one?
That one. So we wanted to bring out one that it's an OG.
In the name space of vaporizers, 100%.
100%. It is one of the most, I believe, one of the most sought after vaporizers out there. They are pricey.
Yeah, they are definitely pricey. Their price range is steeper than most. However,
I gotta say, for the price point on your more expensive vaporizers,
best flavor profile I've found,
best experience, best use,
lots of clouds, even at low temps.
Man, what we're talking about right now is Storz and Bickel's. We've got the Crafty Plus, which is the smaller one, which is so awesome.
And it's like you can set it on the table, and the Mighty Plus, which is a little bit bigger. Bigger battery. But again, same incredible experience.
I love it. I absolutely love it. And the reason why I love it is, one, and you got to ask the question. So we're going to drop the price point. I'm going to drop the price on this one because this is going to hurt.
Just bend over. We'll spit on it first.
Wow. This one is going to hurt. What is it? Do I have it here? I think I do. No, it kicked it off. This goes, I believe, for $249.
I thought it was
could be $259. No. You're or $279.
Hang on, we'll go back. Crafty Plus, $279.
$279. Okay,
that's really not that bad.
$279 for this. And now, one of the cool things about this is that we talked about the size of bowls in these ones. This bowl is the bigger, but it's also awesome. This thing, though, it gives tons of feedback to the mic. So if I'm pulling away, know that.
Yeah, it's nuts. Maybe just swap hands, hold it out. Yeah, it's wild because the Mighty Plus is $399. This is a $400 device.
That's beefy as shit, dude.
It is.
Look at that thing.
For me, normally I don't think I'm going to carry this in my pocket. But at the same time, if I'm going out and I'm carrying products like this, I'm just carrying that stash bag with my product in there. So it would be just fine to carry this because I'd still be able to fit it in, carry it around. I love how fast this heats up. I actually cleaned this yesterday because I was like, oh, it feels like it's getting a little bit tougher to pull through.
Yeah.
Not a lot, but just a little bit that was noticeable. And I'm like, because this has been the easiest pull of like any device that I've seen so far.
I love it. And you know what? I don't get like a lot of cloud. I didn't put a ton of product in here because I didn't know. And now I'm like regretting it. I think I should have filled a full bowl. But you can do a micro bowl in this. And it's totally fine. The thing that people may understand now, you're not getting a lot of the features and functionality of these cheaper ones. There is no LED. There's no LCD. I mean, it doesn't tell you how hot it is.
Or you get four temperature ranges on that one.
Yeah, and you have to go through like a button clicking, and it'll get there. But it doesn't last long. The bowl time is not long. It vibrates like 3 or 4 times before it ends.
Yeah,
but you don't really know
because it's already getting to the end. Mm-hmm. So mine's already doing the vibrating. So it'll vibrate once, and then like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, like vibrates a bunch of times and then shuts off.
Yeah, and that's what it does for mine too. Like, I'm going to put more in there.
But that piece, there's even if you're on Android, you can just use the app. If you're on iOS, you have to use the web version of the app.
Not worth it to me.
So it might not be bad. Honestly, I really don't change my temperature on this. I bake it at 365. It goes till it's done. And it is literally the most even bake that I've had out of any device. And it's like,
well, and
I
it's
don't
easy,
do multiple
dude.
bowls.
Check it out. Like you just
multiple burns on one bowl.
Turn, slide there, has the hose. It will feel like it's like 3D printed plastic. However, the reason why the price is so high? This is one of the only.
Is it UNP or UH?
It's one of those.
Something.
It's certified medical grade plastic. So this is the one that they recommend
for medical device users.
Very pricey, very easy to use. But I got to say, out of all the vaporizers, the one that I keep going back to is this one.
Is the Stores and Pickle. I will say, I did take my Tommy Chong the other day because I was going somewhere and I was like, well, it's smaller, it's easier, I'll just throw that in. There's definitely pieces for every person and for every budget.
Yeah.
Like, as far as flavor goes, favorite device and like are under $100 or around $100.
It's going to be this one for me.
Yeah.
It's going to be the Planet of the Vapes one because it is small, portable, easy to use, good flavor. Comparatively speaking, real good flavor. I think that by far for $99, it's fucking steal.
I really like the Tommy Chong Aria, but if you're just going with the regular Aria, I think that is the one under $100. Like, it's fantastic. It's really easy to clean. You get such a good battery life from it. You get a lot of sessions, and I like the flavor profile, and it was tons better. We weren't sure if it was because the oven was up top, but at the same time, we did have a member message in on Instagram, Kyle, saying, hey, I use the packs and I don't get these same peanutty notes that you get. But he's also in a different region than we are. And so maybe if you guys are in different areas, let us know. Do you guys get more different? Like, what are the terpenes that you get in your dryer vaporizers? Is there a dryer vaporizer that you have that we haven't checked out that we need to?
Yeah. Let us know. Mid-range?
Yeah, like $100 to $200 range. What would be your go-to in there?
The Fog. I do like the Rogue, but the Fog gives the best flavor and it has the best battery life.
Honestly, if like even out of mine, I still would think the Fogger. Like, I love the healthy rips. I really do. But if that straw is anything like the Stores and Pickle, where the flavor in that is just
well, and
better?
It's slick too. It's like almost porcelain coated. So it's kind of nice. It's like a very slick metal. It could be titanium. More than likely titanium. The Stores and Pickle, that's just there. If we were going to go like the Amora, I'd say I want to bake on it. I think it's good for mid-range for the price point and for the availability. It's good for people who are brand new into it, don't like the smoke. It's like the Ferno.
And if you have 16 different sticks that you can carry around, yeah, put it in a smell-proof thing so it doesn't smell, but like that's 16 doses.
Yeah, that's a lot.
That's a ton.
And there's no smell-proof thing. You got to carry that around with you. It's not just going to be, that's a cool thing for portability.
You just get the stash-proof bags. We'll have a link in their show notes, and you can check out them. They're great little portable bags you can wear, make it smell-proof, put your stuff in there, and carry it with you.
Yeah, I know. And as far as the expensive ones, where would you go?
Hands down, Storz and Bickel.
I'm sorry.
Like,
they kick ass.
And I love
Vaporizer, but this is...
Like, for me, this is fantastic because the battery almost lasts me all day long if I were to just use this. And I can really appreciate that because as a medical user, that's what I'm looking for, is something that will make it so I'm not having to go charge my battery, because I'm either having to go from one device to the next, or I'm having to change from one product style to the next, because it's like, well, that's not going to last.
Right. And I think you got to look at it, where are you at financially?
Yeah.
Right. And
where's your budget?
I would say this, and this is just a call out because I thought about myself and what I would do. If I had the opportunity to get the Crafty Plus, which I absolutely love, I would save up for it. I totally would save for it. And I would continue smoking joints or whatever bubbler I have, or a little pipe, whatever, because of the positives. There are negatives to it, right? The negative is that it takes forever to charge.
Okay.
But you get a long battery life out of these. I just feel like you get the best flavor, best for the buck. However, if I know that I don't want to spend that amount on anything like that, I would go for this one. The one,
it's under $100.
$100,
yeah.
Small, pack full of flavor.
It is small.
And it's so good, though. It's just really good.
It's really portable. I feel like that's pocketable, purseable, whatever
tiny.
You're carrying it in. Like, it's fantastic.
Yeah, so we wanted to take today to make sure that you guys kind of get a feel of what we've been experiencing lately all at once.
Some of the best dry herb vaporizers that are out there. And, if there are other ones that you really like,
yeah, let us know.
Let us know.
We'd love to get our hands on those and give kind of a full review, but yeah.
Watch for more of these. We'll come back and circle back around them on other episodes. So.
Yeah, and pay attention to the giveaways. Again, congratulations to the winner. We are so happy that you got that cool looking Aria and all the other stuff that we sent with it as well.
Stay tuned. We have some cool glass giveaways too. Something from My Bud Vase. They've got some amazing glass.
Yeah, oh my gosh.
Canna style giveaway, some other ones. So
we've just got so much cool shit to give to you guys.
Yeah, we just love you guys and want to share.
Yeah, so hey, again, thanks again to all the Patreons. We appreciate that one.
Love the hell out of you guys.
Go over there, give us a review. Apple's awesome if you want to write it out. If not, just give us the stars over there on any other device. If you're on Spotify, lots of love for you on Spotify.
That's where you can actually go watch us every week because Spotify allows video. So if you want to check us out and actually watch the show, go to Spotify. Yeah, Spotify is our #1 platform what we're on. But again, we love you guys. See you next week.